It was weak. Shabbat shalom. Okay, now we're facing present or something. It is it is wonderful to be here, to be connected to one another, to be warming up in body and spirit, to connect to Shabbat, to our hour here of quiet. And so let us take a deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. Feel it all the way in your belly. And release. One more breath in. Feel the energy change. Shabbat descend and release. One more breath in. Try to relax wherever you hold your stress. Shoulders, neck, lower back, wherever that is. And release. We continue welcoming Shabbat with our opening song, Lecha Dodi, which can be found, I believe, on page 20. And we will sing verses 1, 5, and 2. I do it wrong every time. What did you say? 1, 2, 5, 9. It doesn't even matter if I write it. I still get it wrong. 1, 2, 5, and 9 together as we welcome the Sabbath bride.
Lecha dodi likra kala Panei Shabbat mekabela Lecha dodi likra kala Panei Shabbat mekabela Shemor v'zachor b'dibur echad Yishmi'anu Teferet Litila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Panei Shabbat Mekabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Panei Shabbat Mekabela Likrat Shabbat Lechu v'nelcha Ki mekor habracha Merosh mikedem mesucha Sof ma'aseh b'machshava tchila Lecha dodi likrat kala Panei Shabbat mekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala Panei Shabbat mekabela Hitoreri, hitoreri Ki va'orech umi ori Uri, uri, shir daberi Kevod Adonai alaych nigla Lecha dodi likrat kala Panei Shabbat mekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala Panei Shabbat mekabela Boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam b'simcha lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat mekabela.
We continue now with lighting the Shabbat candles. We've warmed up a little bit. Now we're going to kindle the Shabbat lights and offer Kiddush. It's my pleasure to invite the Nogi family to come forward as we turn to page 3.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
The heaven and earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day God finished the work that God had been doing. And God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Amen.
We'll continue with an opening reading, which is not found in your Siddur. It's from the poet and psalmist Alden Salavi. Light overflowing, the light in me sees the light in you is the light of God. Oh, brilliance, sparkling from your eyes, radiating from your chest. Oh, wonder, shining around us, shimmering with amazement. Oh, glory, overflowing my heart, touching your soul. The light of God sees the light in you is the light in me. We continue with the Baruch Hu, the call to worship, found on page 28. Please rise as able.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed.
We continue with Mariv Aravim, the evening prayer. We'll read the English starting on page 30. Well, it's on page 30, not starting, on page 30. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are the creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. We continue, page 34 and 35, with the Shema, the watchword of our faith.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha vehayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha Vishinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvelechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot beinenecha uchtavtam Al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tiskeru vasitem et kol mitzvotai veitem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Lihiot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Page 39. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. There is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. We join on page 40, the Michamocha.
Adonai, mi Moses and the children crossed the sea, they sang to you with songs of joy. Who is like you, Adonai?
Page 43. We prepare to sing Hashkivenu, our evening lullaby. Let's read this together. Give us a place to rest, Adonai, our God. Bring us into shelter and the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch atah Adonai, hapore sukat shalom aleinu, va'al kol amo Yisrael, va'al Yerushalayim. We continue singing Hashkivenu. The words are on the facing page as we think about what it means to be protected with a sukat shalom.
Hashkivenu, Adonai, Eloheinu, L'shalom, Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu, Adonai, Eloheinu, L'shalom, V'hamidenu, Shomrenu l'chaim, U'l'shalom, U'l'shalom, Hashkivenu, Hashkivenu, Adonai, Eloheinu, L'shalom, Ufros Aleinu, Sukat Shlomecha, Hashkivenu, Adonai, Eloheinu, L'shalom.
Annika, did you hear them singing? They sounded beautiful. It's really beautiful. So you sounded beautiful. Thank you for that moment of Shabbat. We turn to page 44, Vishamru. It's a reminder that while we're already here praying, it's already Shabbat, that the point of Shabbat is to rest, is to be refreshed, which is the last word of the Hebrew, vayinafash, was refreshed. We sing together.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, l'dorotam brit olam. השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת.
The tefillah on page 46 is our recentering. It's the centerpiece of the liturgy as the rabbis imagined it. And so first we offer this line of prayer, which is really from the Psalms. And then we continue with our prayers on page 48, 50, and 52, remembering that we stand upon we stand upon the shoulders of our forefathers and foremothers, God's greatness, and then the sanctity of Shabbat. So we rise as able on page 46.
Adonai sefaitai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei Hakol, ve'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi gula livnei v'neihem, Lema'an shemo be'ahava. Melech ozer u'moshia u'magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah, Rav lehoshia. Mechalkel chaim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofech olim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Micha mocha ba'al gevurot, U'mito melach, Melech memit u'mechaye, U'matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehallelujah selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated. page 59. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. Page 60, Shalom Rav. Shalom, of course, means peace. Rav is abundant. We ask for abundant peace, both in our hearts, in our community, and in the world.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon, Ki ata lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech Adon, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et Amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Every Shabbat, we take time to think of those who are struggling, whether it be struggling with physical illness, mental illness, the general struggles of life. And so we turn now to our prayer for healing. You can find the words on page 253. And as my hand passes over those of us here in the sanctuary and those of us at home, I hope that you'll share the names of loved ones who are struggling on this Shabbat, whether out loud here in the sanctuary or in the chat at home on Zoom. We join the names that have been shared aloud and lifting up for prayer of strength, the names that reside in our heart, and the names in the chat as we sing together our prayer for healing.
Mi shebeirach avoteinu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength
we take a few moments for silent prayer and reflection. I don't know how many of you are on, I know most of us are on some sort of social media, and how many of you are in some random Facebook group that you don't even really know how you ended up there. Well, that happened to me recently, and it's a Facebook group of, I kid you not, strange staircases and ladders. And there are 883,000 members. It is the weirdest group that I've ever somehow found myself in. 808. So I stayed because there are 883,000 members of this staircase and ladder group. So I stayed because something has to be interesting about this group for so many hundreds of thousands of people to be in this group. And each day, dozens of new photos are posted of terrifying staircases and ladders. Stairs with the treads of toddler feet, the size of toddler feet, steps carved into mountains, circular staircases, with, many, what am I thinking of? Many, but without any railings, right? So just terrifying. And so I was completely fascinated by this, with how to navigate these surreal stairs on this active Facebook group. If one can ascend these tiny treads, how do you descend them? Are you stuck up there forever? And in some cases, I was thinking, is there a psychological impact in having achieved going up? And then, are you changed forever? And so I joined this Facebook group somehow. I think someone joined for me. And it led me to no surprise to any of you, to rabbit hole, Googling, ancient stairs and ladders and what they have all come to symbolize and mean and why. And I learned an interesting fact. Ancient Egyptians included ladders in tombs of recently deceased loved ones to ensure that their beloved dead could ascend to the afterlife when their beloved dead were ready to do so. So after their loved ones were entombed and they left, all of the rituals were finished, they would leave a ladder and they would leave them alone. And when they were ready, they could climb the ladder to the afterlife. And some posit that this is how we came to associate success with climbing the ladder. So this Facebook group was already worth it, right? Because the higher one went, the closer they were to God. And so then it's with, no surprise, when I came to this week's Torah portion, I was really interested because it includes the well-known narrative of Jacob and the ladder. So this weekly Torah portion, Vayetze, opens with Jacob running away from his angry twin, Esau, because Jacob has stolen the blessing. Night has fallen. Jacob is tired. He wants to go to sleep. Since leaving his home in haste, Jacob has no bed, no place of safety. He is middle-aged, and he has to start all over again. Jacob is, he's a trickster. But for the first time in his life, he is alone. And when he lays down to go to sleep, his pillow is a rock. He falls asleep, and he has a dream. And in the dream, there is a ladder with divine messengers going up and down on the ladder. Jacob wakes up, and he says, God was in this place, and I did not know. This is the story. This is Jacob's ladder. And the ancient rabbis, just like us, wondered, what was Jacob thinking and feeling at this critical moment in his life? And they wrote a midrash, a legend, saying God saw that Jacob was in trouble. And so God appeared to him in a dream and promised him that God would be with him. And the ancient rabbis believed the dream was a response to a silent call for help and support, that the ladder was reassurance. Because what do the patriarchs and matriarchs do? How do they find strength to stand up to a challenge? From where do they find strength to reconstruct fractured moments of their lives? From God. The 20th century thinker Rabbi Norman Lamb saw the ladder as a means of reassuring the frightened Jacob. And he wrote, the ladder is a symbol of Jacob's attachment to God. Like a ladder, he can make his way step by step until he reaches the highest point of communion. But there's a problem, and I'm going to actually argue with a really famous rabbi for just a moment, which is kind of chutzpahdik. The problem is that Jacob never walked on the ladder. So we call it Jacob's ladder, but Jacob never ascended or descended the ladder in the dream. Only the divine messengers. And yet we call it Jacob's ladder. And Rabbi Norman Lamb said, like a ladder, he can make his way step by step until he reaches this highest point of communion. So what does it mean for this to be Jacob's ladder? So God has provided this spiritual reassurance in the form of a ladder, but only Jacob can take the first step. God can't do that work for Jacob. Jacob must ascend and descend on his own. Jacob must choose when he is ready to step on the ladder and face his life, his past trickery, his future marriages, his relationship with his father-in-law Laban, and even a future reunion with Esau. Henry David Thoreau wrote, "If it is surely the means to the highest end we know, can any work be humble or disgusting? Will it not rather be elevating as a ladder, the means by which we are translated?" And so back to that Facebook group. when I scroll through the images, some of which have to be AI, I gotta tell you. On the Facebook in the Facebook group, ladders and stairs, I think about this. If I were there, would this staircase, what would it mean to me? Is the mountainside staircase carved in there a symbol of God's reassurance when life is rocky and a challenge to me to step into that place? Throughout our lives, we come face to face with surprising staircases and ladders. And so perhaps our challenge is to imagine that God has placed that staircase there for some reassurance and for some responsibility. And it's up to us to be ready to take the first step. Shabbat Shalom.
I will open my eyes. I will not look away. I will use this gift I've been given every day. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. Change the world. I will give of myself. I will reach out my hand. I will use this heart I've been given to take a stand. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. Change the world. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech haolam she'asanu B'Tselem Elohim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech haolam she'asanu B'Tselem Elohim. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. Change the world. Change the world.
We continue with Aleinu on page 283. Please rise as able. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else.
V'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'nemar v'haya Adonai lamelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Please be seated. We continue with our time of remembering. Our memorial meditation is not found in your Siddur. It's by Mary Oliver. It's an excerpt of her well-known poem in Blackwater Woods. To live in this world, you must be able to do three things: to love what is mortal, to hold it against your bones, knowing your own life depends on it, and when the time comes to let it go, to let it go. This Shabbat, we remember those taken most recently from our temple family. We remember Linda Katz, Esther Lefton, Rochelle Shelley Nair, Jane Grossman, Wendy Lang, Harold Tickton. And we mark the yahrzeits of Samuel Abram, Florence Abramson, Marilyn Bialowski, Eleanor G. Cole, David Cooklin, John T. Ebers, Hyman L. Feldman, Meyer Firstman, Manuel Foreman, Harry Friedman, Mary Friedman, Stanley E. Friedman, Leah Goldberg, Eldon H. Jacobson, Harry A. Jacobson, Harold L. Cleric, Simon Klein, Ray D. Cook, Mildred Mandel, Millie Singer Rosewater, Joseph Schlesinger, Doris K. Shaw, Anna Curtis Schultz, Clement Stinescu, David T. Weingart. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as together we turn to page 294 and rise as able for the mourner's Kaddish. Yid Gadal v'Yid Kadash Shemei Rabbah B'Alma Divra Hirute V'Amlich Malchute B'Chayechon Uv'Yomechon Uv'Chaye Dechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agala Uv'Izman Kari V'Imru Amen Yehe Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Leolam Almei Almaya Yit Barach V'Yishtabach V'Yit Pa'ar V'Yit Romam V'Yit Naseh V'yit hadar, v'yit haleh, v'yit halal, shemei tekudasha barechu, le'elal min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, V'imru, amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and give comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say together, amen. Please be seated. It's my pleasure to invite Len Potus to come forward to offer words of greeting and announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi Van and Annika Balish, for a refreshing and inspiring service. And thanks, as always, to our dedicated Suburban Temple-Kol staff, volunteers, and leadership. Mazel tov to the Nogi Channing family for receiving tonight's honor of blessing the Shabbat candles and reciting the Kiddush. Please join your fellow congregants in a holiday food drive. Through December 13th, we will be collecting non-perishable items for the Jewish Family Service Association Food Pantry. The JFSA Food Pantry provides no cost, balanced nutrition to members of the Jewish community who are unable to get sufficient food for themselves or their families. You're invited to our annual Hanukkah service and dinner Friday, December 13th. Cafe 56 will be catering the dinner. We will also enjoy Hanukkah music, play dreidel, I haven't done that in a while, eat suf, ganyot, and more. Feel free to bring your own menorah to light during dinner. A link for registration can be found in the Temple Times and the December Temple Bulletin. Registration for dinner closes this Monday, December 9th, so please sign up as soon as you can. Tomorrow is our next Shalom Chavarim, featuring Jewish music, art, and stories for children K through 3, along with their families. We begin at 10:30 a.m. at the Beechwood Community Center. Please RSVP to Rabbi Shana, or, if you like, just drop in. On Sunday, December 8th, at the conclusion of our tent, the Tikkun Olam Committee will sponsor another Walls of Love program for those in need. Walls of Love builds walls of basic necessities such as hygiene products, non-perishable food, gloves, and socks to support people in a judgment-free and safe space. We will gather in the Mandel Grease Social Hall at noon to assemble items for the wall. Please RSVP to Rabbi Van. And that's all for this week. Shabbat Shalom.
Lots going on. Let's conclude with song on page 330. Did I get that right? Ki Yeshmerah Shabbat? Yeah, you don't know the page, but I'll tell you the song, Ki Yeshmerah Shabbat, which means if I keep Shabbat, God watches over me. It is a sign forever between God and me. Let's sing together.
Yishmerah Shabbat, El Yishmereni. Ki Yishmerah Shabbat, El Yishmereni. Oti le'omead beino uveini. Oti le'omead beino uveini. Ki Yishmerah Shabbat, El Yishmereni. Ki Yishmerah Shabbat, El Yishmereni.
Please rise as able for our benediction.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May the light of God's presence shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God lift up each one of us and may God bring us shalom, peace, and wholeness. Amen. Shabbat shalom.